WXXL HD1, Tavares, Orlando.
Initializing Johnny's house protocol. Positive vibes loading. Entertainment news loading. Random information loading. Sarcastic comments loading. Activating Hall of Fame protocol. Orlando's #1 morning show activated.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Wake up, get out of bed. I make sure the radio's the first thing I turn on when I in my car.
It's a cool show.
It gives me an actual reason to listen to the radio. Y'all ready?
Hold on to your flag.
Orlando's #1 hit music station.
This is Johnny's House.
On XL
Good
1067.
morning, good morning, good morning. It is 5:59. Orlando's #1 hit music station is XL 1067. It's Johnny's House Wednesday morning. A sunshine and the high of 88. Gusty winds, though. Right now, it's 72.
Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
All right, so you know how Morgan Wallen's decision to leave SNL, that was all over the place,
He
all
said,
over
I've had
social
enough.
media.
I don't like this show. I'm out.
Yes, and then he posted a picture saying, "Get me to God's country."
Yep.
And it was his private jet and everything. Well, the memes have been rolling in with that, and some of the best ones are "Get me to God's country," and it's an Arby's sign advertising for $6.99 surf and turf.
Yes.
Let's go.
But there is some "Get Me to God's Country" merchandise that is now
Already.
available. So if you
Nice.
see that floating around, it's because of Morgan Wallen.
Now, did he trademark that or somebody jumped as soon as they heard it, they jumped on it?
I don't know if somebody just like kind of snubbed it or like
Uh,
took it and ran
ran
with
with it.
it.
Yeah.
So
Probably jumped on it before he could do
Uh-huh.
anything with it because I don't think he thought it would blow up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of like the demure thing.
yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a
Someone
picture.
did one of Orlando, and it was like a map, and it had a Cracker Barrel, a Chili's, and like all the restaurants we love,
Uh-huh.
all in the same little area. And they said, "This is God's country."
Oh,
There it
that's
is.
great. I know
Uh-huh.
there's pictures of like Blockbuster video stores and it said
Mhm.
God's country. And yeah, so it's all over the place if you see
Mhm.
it. John Wick people.
He's
Let's
back.
go.
There's lots of John Wick stuff. So the John Wick spinoff, Ballerina, hits theaters in June, but that's not the end of the franchise.
Nope.
So there's a bunch of stuff in the works, including John Wick 5.
Mhm.
And yes, Keanu Reeves is back. Supposedly I don't want to ruin it, but something happened to him at the end of John Wick 4. But he's back. And in
He's
addition to Chapter 5, there will also be an animated prequel film
What?
Wow.
and a spin-off movie featuring Kane.
I've never seen any of the John Wick.
I watched when I was at home in Charlotte. Me and my brother-in-laws was sitting there. I think we watched like 3 episodes. It was just on the TV
Yeah.
in the background. 3 episodes.
So
of
if
John
you
Wick.
saw John Wick 4,
Okay.
Kane was the blind assassin.
Yes,
So
yes.
that is what they're saying is a prequel animated movie.
Oh yeah, he's kicking everybody's butt. He was blind.
Yeah.
Kill
So
everything.
I'm like, that's pretty funny though, because like people either love John Wick
Yeah.
or have no clue like what it is.
I know what it is, mostly from you guys.
Yeah.
Like I know someone killed his dog,
Yeah.
And
His wife died of cancer,
and that sent him on a rampage.
and he buried her and everything, and he got a special delivery.
yeah,
And from the grave, she left a little card saying, "I know you. I know how you are.
yeah,
Here's something for you to love."
right,
And he
Yeah.
loved it.
right. And then they killed it.
They killed it.
Yeah.
And then that sent him on a rampage. And so when I always joking about a movie, everybody dies. Literally in that movie,
Oh yeah, he
everybody
kills
dies.
everybody. I mean, he's like bang bang, picks a gun off, bang bang bang, people on the ceiling, bang bang, point blank, hey bang. I mean, he's killing, man. He's
Because
killing
he's an
everybody.
assassin, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a retired assassin.
Okay, gotcha.
He got out of the business once he fell in love.
Okay, yeah, no.
And he buried all this stuff in the garage.
I can't kill people forever.
No.
Yeah.
So again, whole bunch of things to look forward to. I don't know if you saw this, but legendary actor Val Kilmer
Yeah.
Val Kilmer
Mhm.
passed away yesterday. His daughter Mercedes told New York Times that he passed away of pneumonia. He was 65 years old.
Everyone thought it was April Fool's.
joke.
I
So for a long
know.
time, nobody
No.
confirmed it until
Oh.
she finally did.
That
Wow.
sucks that it would like come
He-
out on that day.
He's been sick for a while. hasn't
Yeah,
he?
he
Yeah.
had throat cancer. I think they said for almost 10 years.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so 2014 is when he had throat cancer, his diagnosis. He had a procedure, and that's when he like his vocal cords were all messed up from the
Yeah.
procedure, and he had to talk with an electric voice box.
Yeah.
So obviously he beat it, was cancer free for years, but unfortunately he was forced to deal with ongoing medical treatments and things
can
throughout
tell
the
some-
year.
You can tell something was wrong in Top Gun Maverick. He was in it.
Yeah.
And you can say his voice. I think he actually died in there
Oh.
on that. But you can tell he was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously Tombstone, True Romance, Heat, The Ghost of Darkness. There's a ton of stuff. Top Gun
Batman
Maverick.
Forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Knight Rider.
Why did they try to say he wasn't in Batman? I liked him in Batman.
He was. A lot of people think he was the best Bruce Wayne out of everybody.
Yeah.
Not necessarily Batman. I liked him as Batman. I didn't like that they brought Robin in. That was my problem.
He's like, I could have done this on my own.
Damn, Robin.
I swear. All right, we want to update you, tell you about us, and fill you in, and we'll do that next on Johnny's House. 6:16, it is Johnny's house. It's Wednesday morning. It's going to be breezy today, and it's going to get warm. It's going to be warm for the next couple of days. Talking about in the 90s. 88 is our high to 72 right now. Yesterday, let's see, I was home, took a quick nap, and then my phone rang, and it was my kid from his phone. I'm like, you can't call me from school. Phones are banned. Yeah. So I pick up the phone with attitude. Yo, what's up? He goes, I'm sick. I'm in the nurse's office. What? All right, be right there. Go up to the school, and got to go through all security checkpoint alpha.
Yeah, yeah.
Get the kid, and he comes out. I'm like, man, I'm from the old school.
Yeah,
I think he's acting.
Yeah, of course.
And he goes, I said, so what's up? He said, I almost threw up twice. I'm like, all right, son, we're gonna go home and you going to bed. Yeah, I'm just tired. I'm like, okay, I bet you are tired. All right, so we get home, and halfway there, he's like, whoop, whoop. I'm like,
no.
Oh crap! Whoop, whoop. So hold on, son, hold on.
No.
So I pull over, open the door.
Oh, no.
I'm like, oh, so I felt so bad. So I said, hey man, let's just go over to Advent Health Central Care right now. No, Dad, I just want to go home. I just want to lay down. All right. So we get home. All right, well, go ahead and put on your comfortable clothes and just lay down. So he goes to this room, and I sit out on the couch in the living room because it's close to his room, and I check on him, and so 3-4 hours pass. I'm like, oh, okay. So I can't leave him because he's sick. So I called CVS. I got Pepto-Bismol. I got Tums. Of course, I got some Vicks. I got some soup. I'm like, all right, because I'm feeling guilty.
The stereotypical rescue kit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm feeling guilty
Yeah.
because I thought the kid was faking.
You should have said, hey, you know what? Play them video games.
I was about to. So 4 hours, about 5, I'm like, okay, I got to wake him up. If I don't wake him up now, he's going to be up all night. So I said, hey, son, yes, how you feeling? I'm okay. Well, look, I got some soup. Panera? Nah, I ain't Panera.
Oh,
Man, that's beat.
He's like, damn, I want a bread bowl.
So I got the soup and hooked him up. And I came back later. I'm like, how you feel? He goes, I'm pretty good now. What do you mean? I don't know what it was, but it's gone now.
Was it like a stomach bug? Did he have a
It must have
fever?
been a stomach bug.
Yeah, I mean, if you threw up,
Yeah,
I mean, it was
yeah,
real.
yeah, it was
Something
real.
bad.
It was real. So, and he was fine the rest of the day. And I was like, so you okay? Yeah. I said, well, look, put some Vicks on your chest. And don't forget, take a shower because you go to school smelling like Vicks. And I haven't heard a call. He hadn't called me, so I guess he's going to school.
Note to self, CVS soup.
I felt guilty though, man, because I used to fake it.
Yeah.
I used to fake it all the time because I didn't want to go to school.
I never believed my kid.
Yeah.
Never.
My kids are 6 and I don't believe them.
Jeez, are your kids not allowed to be sick?
No,
I don't know what it is.
like-
I just,
No, it's like, look, back in the day, you had to be sick.
yes,
Yeah.
To be sick. Yeah.
I
I
mean,
don't feel good, so I never feel good.
Ray, how was yours?
It was good. Yesterday was a very long day.
Okay.
After a very long night the night before, but
Yep.
I made it through. I went over to the hospital and we decked out some hospital rooms for the kids, which was really cool.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, some of the girls that did it with me, I've known them since middle school.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen them in like 10 years. It
You
was
should have
really
taken your
cool.
balloons over there.
I know. Yeah, maybe I will. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyways, but we did like a Hello Kitty room. We did a race
Uh-huh.
car room. So the kids were very, very excited.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And then I picked up my kids and we played outside for a little bit with the kids across the street.
Mhm.
And that's pretty much it.
Oh, it sounds like a very. And when did you fall asleep?
Probably like 9:30.
Ooh, I bet you crashed right out.
Yes, absolutely.
Brian, how about you, brother?
It was cool. I got stuck here later than I had hoped, but that's all right. And then I went home and I had to do something active because I've been trying to get back on track. So I lifted some weights.
Okay.
And did a little bit of a workout, which was nice. And then I did crash out for about an hour or so, which was good. And then my wife and I, we ordered healthy dinner. We got salads from a takeout
Nice.
spot that we like in downtown Winter Garden. They make a delicious Caesar salad. They put bacon on it.
Oh, wow.
But they make the bacon. Ain't no bacon bits. Like
Yeah.
it's,
Home. Yeah.
it's legit.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then we watched our other show that we watch other than Survivor is Amazing Race.
Okay.
So, but we let episodes stack, so we had a few episodes to watch. So we
There you
watched an
go.
episode of Amazing Race last night. She swears we need to go on Amazing Race. I swear it'd be the end of our marriage.
Yeah.
It looks like it's fun. I've never seen it, but I think it's cool that you get to pretty much crisscross the globe.
Yeah. Well, we would do it.
Yeah.
We would get the crisscross. Well, we wouldn't cross because we'd get eliminated in the first leg. So I already know.
Nerese.
Very productive yesterday. So did some work around here. And then I had 3 clients yesterday because I got called in. Someone was sick. And then when I went home, I was like fatigued, tired, but I was like, let me do the dishes because I had like served myself some food.
Yeah.
And then I was like, let me just fluff the pillows. Let me just wash
So
the
you started cleaning?
pillowcases. I did a deep clean, spring cleaning. And
Really?
it came out of nowhere. I mean, even to the edges of the corner of the wall that like meets the rug and the
Yeah.
floor. I was like dusting all of this dog hair. I was like, this is not good. I'm
No.
like breathing this dog hair. I bathed my dog. I scrubbed my bathroom, the guest bathroom.
Goodness.
Yeah, I just got so into it. And then I went to go watch a movie.
Wow. That's never happened to me. Yesterday gave me an excuse not to do anything because the kid was sick. I can't do anything.
Dang.
Kid's sick.
Yeah, I ain't got one of those yet.
So I sat there and watched TV. Hey, listen, we come back. There's a lady who called. I mean, she pulled a gun on 2 kids that were fishing in her backyard. We're going to talk about the mean person in your neighborhood when we get back on Johnny's House. 633, Johnny's house got a story of a woman who called the police and put a gun on 2 kids for fishing in her yard. We want to find out about the mean person in your neighborhood. We get back on Johnny's house. .637, Bruno Mars on Johnny's house. Expected to be a lot of sunshine and breezy today. 88 is a high, 72 right now. The story's out of Melbourne. I only say the first name because that lady got other problems she got to deal with right now. Her name is Donna. She called 911 and said 2 boys was in her backyard fishing. And she told the deputy she walked in the backyard with a pellet gun and tried to scare them. Now, the 2 boys was 15 and 13. They said, we was out there fishing. Turned around, she was holding a rifle telling us she'd blow our heads off. She was making us get on the ground. She said, what makes you think you can come on my property? And saying if we did come on the property, she could blow our brains out. Her husband came outside and said, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? Took the gun away. It was a pellet gun, but it looked like a rifle. And when the police arrived, they said, ma'am, you about to go to jail. And they charged her with 2 counts of aggressive assault and 2 counts of false imprisonment. And when I read this story, it just took me back, and Brian and I have talked about it. I don't know about y'all neighborhood, but in mine, there's always a mean lady that did not want you on her yard.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we used to play like kickball in the street. And if the ball got in her yard, She was about 70, but she got turbo jets. Got to that yard, got that ball, and then told you got to call your parents to come over and get the ball back. So we're like, man, we even moved further down the street, and we played catch. The ball went in her yard, turbo jets. Got it. I'm telling your parents to come over here. I told y'all about playing in my yard, killing my grass. And we're like, damn. And then you had to go home. Mom, I know you worked all day and stuff, but the old lady got her ball again. I told y'all to stay. And then she got to go over there, man. Miss Judy, I'm sorry. And I tell every day, yes, ma'am, I apologize. I'm telling. It happened for years.
Yeah.
For years. And I think she was mad because she didn't get many visitors.
Probably,
Yeah.
Because nobody loved her. So she's upset.
Just mean. Brian, what was yours?
So we lived on a series of 3 dirt roads, right? So I lived on the first, let's say the first one. There was a middle one and the third one.
Okay.
My bus stop was in the middle one.
Okay.
So we had to come down the dirt road, and my house was on the first one on the corner on the first road. So you'd have to go around the corner. And it's a long walk, but there was a pathway to my house.
Oh, no.
But to get to that, I had to cut through this yard, and this lady was not having it. She did not want us in her yard. So when the bus would drop us off, she would come outside and just stand there.
Stand there. Making sure you cut through that yard.
And so for years, I walked all the way around. But one day I said, I had enough. I will not walk around that corner today. I'm going through that damn yard. And my friend's like, dude, don't do it. I said, no, I'm taking a stand. I'm doing it. I'm going. And so I cut through, and I got about probably 25 yards
she came out
into the yard. No, she was on the porch already. I didn't even know. She opened the door, and Lassie came out.
Yo,
this dog, full speed at me. I took off. I dropped my books and everything. Took off. I thought I could outrun the dog to my fence. I couldn't.
He got you.
The dog got me. Ripped my sock. Cut my leg. I was bleeding. I was like, what? I thought I had rabies.
Oh my gosh.
I had rabies.
I had to run back out her yard, pick up my books, and then go around again because I couldn't get over the fence.
Yep.
And then I walked around the fence for the rest of the time. I didn't try that again.
Tell your friends.
Eventually, she died, and no one moved into that house, so I got to cut through the yard for the rest of my childhood.
There you go.
And probably no one came to her funeral.
Oh my goodness.
That's just mean. I mean, I think every neighborhood. Ray, what was yours?
We didn't really have a mean
Really?
person. Yeah, I just
Oh
feel
my
like
goodness.
I mean, everybody kind of like hated the kids in the neighborhood just because we were crazy.
It was always somebody that had a good yard.
Yes.
They did not want you messing around in their yard.
See, this lady didn't even have a good yard.
No.
There was a little cut through though by like Greenwood Lakes and Lake Murray High School, and there was a cut through into the neighborhood, and we used to cut through there all the time. But there was like a shorter cut through, kind of exactly what Brian was saying. We would cut through there, but the person would just come out there and just like watch us.
Oh, they really?
And just make sure that he was like, "Are you guys smoking weed?" Or just like asking us questions.
There was one that had a cut through in my neighborhood. They put up a fence. The kid jumped the fence. They put up bricks. They brought out a dog.
Yeah.
They started feeding the dog. So they could.
I think our neighborhood was just so.
Nerese, you have anything like that?
I was gonna say I feel like y'all had
Really?
it tough. No, it was just a bunch of kids in my neighborhood, and we had a ball.
I just thought it was the norm.
No, really good grass. Yeah, my dad made sure that the lawn was nice, but like, I mean,
every neighborhood, even friends, everybody I talked to, there's like, and it's usually like somebody as an older person that is just bored.
Yeah.
And they'd always. What was that movie? Was it The Sandlot?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Where they had the guy who was like, who had the dog?
Yep.
I want to find out if you had that. The mean person in your neighborhood got a pair of tickets to see a tease at the Kia Center on Tuesday, July 22nd. There's a K-pop band. People are emailing me for these tickets. Well, now it's time you can win them. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067, XL Mobile 41067. Maybe not, but maybe. Did you have that mean person in your neighborhood and they just didn't want you? You're making too much noise. You're cutting through the yard. You're playing in the street. Whatever it is, they were mad about it. I want to hear your story. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. You can text RXL Mobile. It's 41067. Live streaming, social media. Drop a comment. We will read it. Mean person in your neighborhood, we're going to hook you up. We got to hear your story first on Johnny's House. That's Messy Lola Young, 652, Orlando's number one hit music station. Sunny and breezy with the high of 88, 72 right now. There's a woman in trouble. She said, put out a gun on these kids that were just fishing in the backyard. We found out there are some mean people in every neighborhood. We want to hear about yours. Got a pair of tickets to see a tease at the Kia Center on Tuesday, July 22nd. Going over to Davenport. Jocelyn, good morning.
Good morning.
So you had a mean person in your neighborhood?
Oh, yes. It was an old couple. I grew up in small town Louisiana, about 3 blocks from the bayou, which had good climbing trees. My friends and I used to walk the neighborhood.
Did you say, hold on, did you say good climbing trees?
Oh,
Yeah.
People
yeah.
don't know about good climbing trees. They don't know about no good climbing tree.
The low branches,
Yes.
the knobs you could climb up on. Oh, yeah.
I used to love to climb a good tree, boy.
It just sit in the tree.
Yep.
Just sit up in
Yep.
the tree. Yep. All right, go
Yep.
ahead. I'm sorry.
But you just knew that you couldn't walk on one side
Yep.
of the sidewalk because this old couple, they barely left their house. But if they heard you or saw you, they just come out and scream that we were too close to their
I know.
house. So we had to cross the street to get down there every single time.
I know, man. And you're like, I think it comes a point that that's what they look forward to. They're old retired couple. We ain't got nothing to do today. Here comes a kid. Let's go ahead and yell at that child
Yeah.
crossing my yard.
Actually, sounds entertaining.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, there's one. Come in. All right. Come now. He's coming. Get in my yard.
I feel like that's what they did. Yes.
All right, you hold on a second. Good climbing tree. Ray, you don't know about no good climbing tree.
Oh, I
do
do.
You don't know about no
I
good climbing
do.
tree.
There was some good ones over in Greenwood Lakes.
Some good climbing trees.
Mhm.
Kids don't even look at trees today and think, I should climb that.
I
No.
don't see, Ray, what I heard about your childhood, I don't see you climbing no trees.
Really?
Yes.
Have you seen her climb a fence?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's because it's illegal.
She's probably climbing the fence to run from something.
No, she was going to a place she shouldn't be in. That's why she climbed the fence.
All right, why is this about me?
No, I was just
You
curious.
built skills. You built the skills.
I just see climbing a tree. It was something you did by yourself with your friends, and once you got to a certain limb, you just sat there and talked about life. And
I just assumed the tree climbing generations stopped with me pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
Because there was no video. Like I was before video games
Yeah.
became
No,
a big thing.
I
We're in
Before
that transition of it.
I watched my friend break her arm falling out of the tree.
that was a rite of passage. Everybody broke their arm out of a tree.
we used to climb so high, we're like, how are we gonna get down?
Get down. But you impressed everybody. Wow. From Ocoee, Dorothy, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Dorothy, tell us about that mean person in your neighborhood.
Okay, so I was now I'm like questioning if I'm the mean person or the neighbor's the mean person after talking to Reese for a second.
Uh-oh.
But like,
Uh-oh.
but like I was saying, I think I'm pretty reasonable for the situation. But our neighbors are like renters, and like nothing against
Oh,
them.
my.
Hey,
Either a
hey,
renter or a
Dorothy,
bad
Dorothy,
renter. Hear me
Dorothy,
out. No,
Dorothy.
hear me out.
I'm with you on that. I mean, renters don't care.
They're
You know what I
beneath
mean?
They don't.
When renters come into your neighborhood, you're like, another renter.
gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So there's either a good renter and a bad. I will say, like, there are good renters too.
Yeah, but most of them are
But
slime,
most
right?
of them, you can tell when you're.
Oh
around.
my
Yeah.
God.
You can see it from a mile away.
Can we stay on topic?
From the grass.
Dirt balls.
Just kidding.
Ray's directing now. Can we stay on topic, please?
Because Ray's a
Sorry,
renter.
sorry.
That's why.
Anyways, so they're like, tell me how they like. Okay, so first off, they were like stealing our water, and we're like, what the heck? So then they started peeing outside. So we installed like legit adults though, like adults.
Okay, first of all, how are they stealing your water, Dorothy?
Oh, from the water hose, they like go and take it, but they wouldn't even put it back. Like I'm like, I'd pull it out of their garage and be like, I know what you're doing. Like you're taking my water. Like it was so sad. So then we like put a camera up. So then I'm like, okay, are we like the weirdos? But like, but they're like, there was at one point, Johnny, I promise you I'm not making this up. I got it on video. And I feel like a weirdo for saying that. There was 5 of them waiting in line to pee outside.
And these are adults.
I mean, maybe they got.
I'm trying to figure out why they were 5 of them were peeing outside.
Maybe they got a plumbing situation. They're
Yeah.
stealing your water. They're
That's what we
peeing
thought.
outside.
It sounds
Maybe.
like it.
But then if you go number 1, you gotta go number 2. So
Well,
I
you don't want
know.
that.
No.
Well,
So I don't know what was happening.
They probably go
Then
down to the Circle K
I
for
had
that.
to just reach out. I'm vice president of the homeowners, but I'm
Uh-oh.
like, we're
Oh, there we go.
There
There
it
it
I
is.
mean, this is you.
I was like, okay, we gotta like, this is not okay. Like, this is so like, that's when the video started going to the homeowners. So what I was saying is like, we went to the police, and the police were like, oh, well, it's not illegal to pee in your own yard. And it was like a whole thing. I was
Hey,
like,
hey, but Dorothy, did you say, I know, sir, but they're renters?
I front of, right?
Yeah,
'cause
you hold on a second.
technically it's not their yard because they're not good enough people to have their own yard, so they rent it from someone else.
Bro, what is it over there?
Ain't that right,
She
Ray?
did call up to say that she was the mean person then.
Yeah,
Ain't that right, Ray?
yeah.
Yes. You know what? I love taking dumps outside just because I'm a renter.
What is happening?
This is the same woman that said stay on topic. Anything over there, bro?
Let's see. XMO powered by Attorney Dan Newland in the wreck. Need to check. It's a no-brainer. Just call Attorney Dan Newland. Someone said they grew up in a very rough neighborhood. There was a shortcut to the park they would
Yep.
use, but it wasn't on the main road. After they moved into the neighborhood, they started taking the shortcut. They put signs up. Then a fence went up.
Yup.
Then they got very aggressive pit bulls.
Oh, no.
Pit bulls?
Yeah.
Dang.
So they said they ended up planting poison ivy through the walkway.
Dang.
So anyone that walked through it would
Got poison
get
ivy?
poison ivy.
Wow. Jocelyn, who the old couple used to scream at kids, got a pair of tickets to see a tease at the Kia Center on Tuesday, July 22nd. Ray.
People are confused on what Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly named their baby.
We'll find out together when we get back. This is Johnny's house.
Coming up in just 3 minutes, Chapel Roan, Pink Pony Club.
XL 1067.
Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
All right, so we know that Megan Fox gave birth to a baby girl. This is her
Yeah.
first baby with Machine Gun Kelly, and he jumped on Instagram to announce that she's finally here. He posted our little celestial seed, and people thought that that was the baby's name.
Oh, no. No.
It was all in lowercase, so a lot of people thought like whatever. But to be fair, a lot of people were like, okay, I wouldn't put it past those two, and
Yeah.
like whatever, who knows? But Machine Gun Kelly had to clear up some things and said, wait, guys, her name isn't Celestial Seed. Her mom is gonna tell you the name when we're ready.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
just posting an announcement saying she's here.
Oh, okay.
People.
So just to clear that up for you, if you're thinking that.
People
Whatever.
want to make time.
I know,
mean,
man.
again, I wouldn't-
They want to make something.
I wouldn't put it past them. And if you look at the definition of celestial, it's like maybe they would have named her that.
I wouldn't be
So,
shocked if they named her
Yeah.
that, but like
Yeah.
the seed part would be weird.
Yes. Heaven seed or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mhm.
Cardi B is going off again, like
Oh
she
my
does.
goodness.
She says her ex-husband Offset has been harassing her for months, begging her to take him back and threatening, unfortunately, murder-suicide, which you don't joke about.
Yeah.
But he's also been sending revenge porn of the two of them to Cardi's new man. So that is where you're pushing the limits.
Well, I mean, that's against the law. So
Yes.
she could have him arrested, but she don't want to get a baby daddy arrested. So
Yeah, so she did a live stream saying that he has been harassing her for the past few months. She also claims that, those videos that he's sending over is them two, but he's a new guy. And she's like, every time he knows that I go out of town, he harasses me. He leaves me voice notes trying to put my self-esteem to the ground. And I'm so tired of it with those two. But Cardi B, I don't know if you saw her little joke yesterday.
what did she do?
She teamed up with Raising Cane's, and she was
That's the
putting
chicken place, right?
Yes.
Because there's also a series on. Because when I saw Raising Cane, I thought they were talking about the TV show on Star.
Yeah, no.
That's a show.
Yeah,
Oh.
Raising Cane.
Oh, so
It's one of those 50 Cent shows.
Yeah.
gotcha. So she was seen putting the Raisin Cane sauce all over her face and saying that they came out with a moisturizing sauce, and she's just rubbing it all over her face, and it's like lathered, and she like goes down her chest area and everything.
Jeez.
But if it sounds ridiculous, it's because it is. It was an April Fool's joke, so she is not.
Yeah, she definitely got a check for that.
Yeah, she
Oh,
did.
for
She
I
did.
know she didn't do that for free.
No, it's like obviously to promote Raisin Cane's, and then obviously it was April Fool's. So put two and two together.
I always wonder what the check is. What's
that?
the number?
Yeah, what's
How
the
much
number?
they got
What is
Yeah,
the
how
number that
much?
got you to want to say yes to this?
Free tenders for life.
Nah, for me to do something like that, it's gonna cost a couple dollars because I don't want barbecue sauce all over my.
I would do it for like $300.
I would do it for a couple of coupons.
I would do it for free extra
All right.
sauces.
If y'all listening,
I mean, Raising Cane's is pretty good.
yeah.
Heck
I mean, but
yeah.
I'll do any of them. PDQ, Zaxby's,
I
whatever,
mean,
Hugh and Magoo's, whatever y'all want. I
we
got
might
you.
be- we might be onto something.
I'll put some. I ain't even gonna say because it's gonna sound weird.
Yeah, Will. Go ahead, Ray.
Okay. Anyways, if you're wondering why Chelsea Handler hasn't posed topless, it's because she stopped doing that. You know how she was doing that for like a long time.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
There
Oh,
was
yeah.
Skiing.
like that
Yeah.
was her thing, was to
Mhm.
pose topless.
Yeah.
But her nephews have asked her to stop.
Yeah,
like-
when you got some young male family members
Yeah.
saying stop, you might want to stop.
She told them, she's like, this is why I didn't have children, to do whatever I want,
Yes.
and to not have, like boundaries set for her. But obviously, she said that like their friends are in college. They were talking about them,
Yeah.
and that's their aunt. And so she was like, okay, my nephews are college kids now. So she's like, I don't want to be the joke. I don't want to humiliate them. So she is going to stop posing topless.
Because you
Because
know
of
you're in
them.
college. Hey man, I saw your aunt. Key.
Yeah, of course.
Man, I would own that. I'd be like, yeah, that is my aunt.
No, I
No,
mean,
you
see, you
wouldn't.
got that personality, but somebody else like, look, I'm just trying to fit in.
As a young boy, you wouldn't. In your mindset now, you think you would. But when all your friends
Yeah.
are piling on you
And they're
about your
joking
weird
about-
aunt with her shirt off, you're like,
Yeah.
all right, enough.
You gotta say, please stop. Ma, will you please tell your sister stop?
Right.
Please. All right, let's find out what's trending with Nerese next on Johnny's House. Chaperone, 709, Johnny's house. I'm not going to say that, Norris. Mostly sunny. She put Big Booty Club. I know that's not the name of that song. Mostly sunny with the high of 88, 72 right now. Norris,
It's the remix.
Yeah, it's the remix. What's trending?
So this is really cool. There was a family who went out to Washington, D.C. to take pictures of those really beautiful pink cherry blossoms, right? You've seen them.
Mm-hmm.
And an unexpected photo bomber was in the background. And it was former President Barack Obama.
Really?
Yes. This happened yesterday. The mom posted on her Instagram showing the picture of her and her children posing. And right there is just Barack Obama just casually strolling in the background. And Obama himself even joined in the fun, commenting like, my bad for stepping in on the shot.
Oh, so she didn't know until she posted it?
Like the mom was in the middle of taking the picture. There was a photographer. The mom was taking, well, like she was in it with the photographer taking pictures of her kids. And then the husband was like, that's Barack Obama. And the mom was like so locked in. She's like, stop, hold on, give me a second. And then he's like, that's Barack Obama that just walked by. And she's like freaking out. So then when the photographer like took the pictures out, she's like, there's no way I'm gonna edit this out.
Yeah. I would have been like, man, Barack up out of here. Ain't no way he in Washington. That man's so far away from here.
Right.
Yes.
He's a darn good looking like though.
The mom was even joking around saying that this is going to make the perfect Christmas card. And even she even like, quote, invited Barack Obama to come back for next year's photo session.
Okay, so do you have Secret Service and all those people around?
That's what I'm
He
saying.
did,
Like,
he
how
did.
did you not know if there's probably a ruckus whenever?
Yeah.
Like, no, because it looked like it was early in the hours if you look at
Yeah.
the pictures.
But
And
he'll
like,
always have Secret Service.
yeah, it was like him and his at least one
What?
security guy behind him in the shot. Mhm.
Interesting. Okay.
And in recognition of April Fool's Day yesterday, there is one prank that is going viral right now. A principal of a high school out in Australia pulled all of her 11th grade student body into a gymnasium to announce a mandatory year 13, which would then delay the graduation to 2027, not 26. So this prank was all part of the Department of Education social media campaign, and everything was caught on hidden camera, capturing the students' shocked reaction. But that the principal quickly mentioned that it was an April Fool's joke as a way to bring in fun into a serious world.
I wouldn't have believed that.
Yeah, not for a second.
No.
But you look at the kids, and listen, you got gullible people out here like myself.
No, I got
literally.
you. I'm like, hey, y'all can come back here 13 years. I'm going to college.
Yeah.
Right.
I've already
Cool.
been accepted.
Yep.
We got 3 more weeks left. You're going to talk about the year 13?
Mm-mm.
But
I
hey,
pull out my phone that's not allowed in school, and I would look it up like I do everything else. I'm like, you lying.
Cause how you know? Right here.
Because Google's free.
Mm-hmm. All right. It is time for Am I Wrong? That's when you made a decision on something and you question it. You're like, look, I did this. Am I wrong? Well, you call us, and then you listening, you can text the XL Mobile 41067 and say, no, they are right, or yes, they are wrong. Got a pair of tickets to see Kylie Minogue Tension Tour at the Kia Center on April the 13th. Whatever the situation, whatever story, you made a decision. Now you question, are you wrong? It's time to call 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. That's the only way to play because we got questions to ask you. What did you decide on? Now you're questioning it. Am I wrong? Kylie Minogue in concert April 13th. You'll be going, but you got to call us now with your story on Johnny's House. 722 on a day where it's going to be 88. It's 72 right now. A lot of sunshine and breezy. All right. If those, am I wrong, are too serious, we will not put them on the radio. This is a fun show. We like having fun in the morning. Real quick, this Friday, I'm playing poker for UCP, Central Florida's Casino Royale. If you're a poker player or just like to have fun doing so, I want to give away a pair of tickets. You're going to get entry, chips for all the casino games, buffet, premium open bar, plus spirit tasting and cigars. Just text the XL Mobile 41067 that you want to go. Now, don't go if you can't go.
That's fun.
You know, and I know what's going to happen. They're going to put a bounty on me, and then whenever I bet, somebody's going to put all in, but I got money to buy in. So it's going to be for a great cause. UPC's Central Florida's Casino Royale is their annual celebrity poker tournaments. And there's some real celebrities there. I'm not one of them, but there's some real celebrities
you are.
up in there. Brian, people were talking about this yesterday. And if you've been have an opinion on this, go ahead and hit us up. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. What's the story, B?
So it's this guy. I saw the video all over the place and people talking about it. And on both sides of it, there's a guy from Georgia, from Augusta. He's 24 years old. So he walked his 3 kids to the McDonald's near his house.
Okay.
Ages 10, 6, and 1 years old.
10, 6, 1. Okay.
So he left the 10-year-old in charge of the 6 and 1-year-old so he could go to a job interview.
Okay.
So he left him at McDonald's.
Does it say how far the interview was?
I haven't been able to pinpoint like how far away it was, but some said it wasn't like across the street. It was a distance.
Okay.
But he figured it was a safe place. It's McDonald's.
Get them some food.
Yeah,
got the play area.
10-year-old's gonna watch the 6 and the 1-year-old in the play area, and everything's gonna be fine. And so then, I mean, he got in trouble, obviously.
Yeah, when he got back.
Yeah, so now it's just kind of gone viral. People arguing on both sides. I mean, he's 24-year-old single dad.
Yep. Trying to find a job.
And he's got custody of a kid. The kid's 10, so he had that kid when he was 14.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got custody of the kids.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. And he's just trying to find a job. So on the one hand, it's like, man, he thought he did the right thing.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, leaving a 1-year-old in public with the 10-year-old being responsible for it, it's kind of a tough call.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's kind of arguing both sides. Now, people have set up GoFundMe's for him.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Brown, who, while he is a crazy dude, the NFL player, set up a GoFundMe that's already raised like $35,000.
Okay.
There's a lot of people that are like, there's like a lot of dad groups going, let's find this man a job.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to do right. Although on the other hand, you could see it and go, wait a second.
I guess you hear so many stories of people leaving their kids in cars while they're in bars.
Right.
I heard that was one earlier this week that occurred, you know. Anyway, 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. It's a hard situation if you don't have any support, if you don't have a team that can help you. It appears to me that this man was like, I'm sure he called anybody, hey, could you watch my kids for a couple hours?
Right.
And they had to say no. But you put yourself in a situation, I got to get a job.
Well, if he's walked to the McDonald's, it's probably a place that his kids feel safe because he probably walked there with them before to eat. So that's probably why he did that.
Yeah. You can't leave. I mean, even though you need a job, you can't leave your kids.
I'd bring them with me at that point.
Yeah.
I've seen that before.
Really? At interviews?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what do you know what an employer would say? Well, listen, if you can't find somebody to watch your kids now.
Right.
How are you going to work?
Yeah, it's going to be a situation where you can't come to work because you have to do that. It's a rough situation. Brian, what would you do? I mean, what do you think about it?
So, I mean, honestly, like, because I started staying home by myself when I was 8.
Yeah. I was a latchkey. I was 7.
For stuff like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because my brother was 3 years older than me, and when he switched to a different school, I had no choice.
Yeah.
So
they called them latchkey kids back then.
If he would have left them at home, I don't know that anyone even knows or has a problem with it, because a 10-year-old watching a 1-year-old, I know some people that started babysitting at 10 years old.
Yeah.
So but the generation has changed.
It has changed.
So I get that too. And people snatch up kids.
Yeah.
And how's a 10-year-old going to stop a creepy dude from snatching up a 1-year-old?
Yeah.
That would be my only.
That would be my thing. I'm like, yeah.
The sad thing, you can't go on the interview. You got to tell the guy, listen, man, I want this job. I really want this job. But right now, I just have no one to watch my kids. And hopefully he'll work out with you, because the way it is now, you can't leave them.
I'd say at home, you get away with it.
Yeah.
And at home, I have less problem with it than I have leaving them in public.
When I was a latchkey kid, and latchkey kid is that, like, I was in the first grade. My brothers were we went to a different school. So I was home by myself about 2 hours.
Yep.
The rule was you kept that key around your neck and a chain. All right. You lock yourself in the house. You call and tell me, call my job and let me know you're there. You do not answer the phone. When I want to call you, I'll let the phone ring twice, hang up, and call back again. That meant I can answer the phone. There will be a snack on the counter. Do not touch the stove and sit in that room and do your homework.
Yeah.
The rules are, and if there's a problem, Miss Barnett next door, you run over there.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
That's how
That's
it's laid out.
exactly how we work.
Yeah, but we hit our key under a rock. But
Of course.
other than that, because I'd lose it if she handed it to
Yeah.
me. So,
Yeah, but you know those little cheap little. It's the same thing you use as a plunger to pull it out.
yeah,
Oh, you put a little chain on it and put the key.
I
It goes
get it
around.
out and fling it around. It'd be gone. So we hit it inside of a rock.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, if you left him at home, I'd have less problem with it. I
I
think.
agree with that.
But I also see the point. My man's just trying to get a job.
He's trying to get a job. You know, what do you do? So they arrested him,
Yeah.
took the kids.
Yeah, he got in trouble. And now
Oh
that's
my
the debate going back and
gosh.
forth on social media. Like, I think the people on one side of it have never dealt with,
Oh, yeah. When you have no
dealing
one.
with that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now, speaking of that, we're going to get real here in a minute. Who was that who said something about all her friends that had they were married or had babies that were just miserable?
The one that sings. Big
That's
Chaperone.
Chaperone.
Chaperone. All right, we're going to
Booty
talk
club.
about it, and we're going to tell y'all the truth. Well, I can't. Only Ray can.
Right.
I can chime in on what Ray got to say.
I'll make jokes.
Talk about motherhood next on Johnny's House. $7:31. This is Johnny's House. Ray, what is the current temperature?
It is 72.
72 still. 88 is the high, and it's going to be a lot of sunshine today and breezy. Now, they say it's going to be hot for the next couple of days, talking about highs in the 90s, and then we're going to get a cool front. The cold front day is over. Cool front, and then it's going to be hot for the rest of your life.
It's going to seem like that.
Until what? The end of October.
I mean, if you're lucky, I've
Yeah.
been in the pool for Thanksgiving before.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Narice, Chaperone, we talked about this yesterday, I
Yeah.
think, a little bit. And what did she say again?
Yeah, so Ray was mentioning it yesterday on the Celebrity News that Chaperone was on the Call Her Daddy podcast. You can listen to it on the iHeartRadio app. And Chaperone said something that is triggering a lot of moms. She said, quote, "All of my friends who have kids are in hell. I don't know anyone who's happy and has children at this age, anyone who has light in their eyes." And so just by random yesterday, I was scrolling through Instagram and I came across this one mom who actually was like, listen, to all the moms that are clapping back against Chaperone, because there's a lot of disagreements going on. She was one that was like, I understand what she's saying, because in this world, a lot of women are growing up in the stigma of saying like, having a kid is going to fulfill our lives and it's going to make us the happiest ever, which is not true, but also to the fact that like, it is hard being a mom.
I think a lot of times people, you really can't, it's not the politically correct thing to say is motherhood hard, every day is this. So you just go along with the narrative that, hey, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be this, that,
well, everyone's experience is different with life in general.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the problem. I think a lot of it is you take someone's experience and that you make that everyone's experience.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I always like, you can't speak in generalities like that. Like,
no.
But it might have been the most amazing thing in the world for Ray. It may end up being the worst couple years for Narish. You don't know. And so I can't say it's amazing because it's not for everybody.
Now I'm gonna let Ray speak on that because she's the only one that can talk about motherhood. All I can say is as a single dad and fatherhood, it is hard. But the kid being in my life saved my life because after I got divorced, if he wasn't there, I would have wowed the hell out.
Yeah.
I'd have been trying to find myself up in the streets.
No, I say the same thing with my son. It's the most stressful thing I've ever done. He's 20 years old and I'm still stressed out by it every single day. But at the same time, it gave me purpose to grind the way I do. It made me not go out and be a jackass all the time. So there's great highs and there's like the bottom of the barrel lows.
Alex, he's not my biological son. I adopted him, so he has my last name. But I can't imagine loving a kid any more than that. And this little things you do, you see that what you've taught him is like you see your son working hard. You're like, damn.
I listen to him on the radio on my way in on Mondays because he does overnights, and I'm like, dang. And he's 2 years ahead of me in the age curve.
So that's the satisfaction you have. So Ray, you want to get raw? You want to get real? What do you want to do?
Yeah. So I mean, it's funny because when I read this thing and heard Chaperone saying that, I was like, I see what she's saying because she probably hears her friends vent.
Yeah.
If you have a friend, you're gonna vent about the worst things possible, and so that's probably what she's hearing. But it is so true because mothers, I feel like once you give birth to, they kind of just hand you this baby and then they're
we
like,
talked about
good luck.
that. No manual, no nothing. Figure it out.
And so you kind of, that's the thing. It's like this imposter syndrome kind of where you feel like you're doing the right thing and then you discover, like you're scared that somebody's going to discover that you really don't know what you're doing. And so, and like obviously comparisons is a big thing, like what Brian was saying too, is that like I had very bad postpartum depression. Which a lot of people struggle with.
Isn't it funny how years ago they just didn't diagnose that? There's something wrong with you after you had the baby.
Yeah, and that's still like a big thing where it's kind of like you have the baby and then you don't really go back and check your hormones, your blood. Like, you don't really go and do that. But there's a lot of doctors that push you to do that now, which is good. But yeah, it is the good, the bad, the evil. Like there was times where I was not present mentally, not present mentally. And I get the light was out of my eyes. But then there's something that happens where it's like, you see them crawling for the first time. It's like you're watching life happen in front of you. And I think that's the good part.
One thing about you, Ray, is that when you talk about your kids, you glow.
Yeah.
Like I was asking you one weekend, I say, so what are you going to do? She goes, it's my weekend with the kids. It wasn't like, I got the kids. It's like, you're like, it's my weekend with the kids. We're just going to hang out. I'm like, all right, that's what it's all about.
Stressful.
That's what it's about.
Because like, no matter, like, my daughter had stitches on her chin. My son had like complications when he got his tonsils removed. Like you can't predict what's going to happen. And those are the downfalls and the scary parts and all that. But I don't know, because I'm relearning how to my mental stability. I'm trying to like relearn and like grow that way. But I'm also teaching them at the same time. So I think that's a plus too. But I don't know. I just like seeing life happen with my children.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good part.
When you look at Chaperone's comments too, also, you have to factor in, there's some people that wanted kids like Ray.
Yes.
There's some people that didn't.
Yeah.
And so they're fighting with the getting used to it and all that stuff. And so if that's one of your friends and they didn't want the kids, not that they don't love them. Because once you have a kid, you love the kid. But if that wasn't your plan, it's extra stress piled onto it. And then it is like, man, I would have been doing this, but now I'm doing this. And you're going to see that.
Yeah.
So that the dynamic is changed. Like it changes for everybody. And if you don't think about it like 4 or 5 layers in, then you're just making general comments.
And obviously people being judgmental. Like there's so many people that I know, mothers that want to work. They don't want to be stay-at-home moms. And like people look at that as a bad thing. But it's like you want to work.
Man, let me be a stay-at-home dad.
Please.
Please.
I pray every day.
But I see what Chaperone's saying, and I think that, her not having kids is kind of like, maybe you shouldn't say that. But she was speaking for her friends.
Oh, yeah. If you're the single one and your friends, like you say, they're friends, so they're going to vent, and all you hear is this, oh, I did this today. Oh, I did that today. Then you're like, dang.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I want to talk to the truth about motherhood. Mothers, if Ray missed something, because I think you did an amazing job describing what it is. If you missed something, we want you to call in and let everyone know the real truth about motherhood. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067, XL Mobile 41067, live stream social media. We want to hear from you. There's people thinking about being moms, and Reese's thinking about that. Tell her the truth. The truth about motherhood. Mothers, only you can fill in the blanks here. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. Tell her the truth on Johnny's House. Call us now. Birds of a Fella, that's Billie Eilish on Johnny's House, 7:48 on a Wednesday. A lot of sunshine is warming up, y'all. It's going to feel like it's at least in the 90s. They're saying 88 is our high, 72 and gusty winds. Chaperone said, hey, all my friends that have kids are miserable. We want mothers to call in and tell us the truth about motherhood. From Winter Springs, Nadine, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. What do you want to say?
Happy Wednesday. So, I unfortunately, I'm a widow. I was 3 months pregnant when I lost my husband. So, going into that, like, I wasn't expecting to lose my spouse, for that support. So I'm literally just trying to raise men right now.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's hard being a single mom. Like, Ray said a lot of valid points. There's not a day that I wouldn't, give up my kids. I love it hot. But, like yesterday I had a thing in the morning with my oldest. And then by the afternoon at his, second lacrosse game ever, it's like, oh, I'm so proud of you, baby. I love you, So,
Yep.
It's, you have your highs and your lows. I'm definitely that friend that vents, to my other friends because, that's my support system, friends, tell each other, if they have kids, they, give advice.
You know what we need to do now, ladies, is that it's okay to vent with your other friends, but if you got that single one, like Nerese up in there, change the topic. Change the topic, talk about something else. As soon as they walk in the room, like...
Or flip it to how awesome it is.
Yes.
Otherwise,
There you
you're going to
go.
scare them out of having babies, and then the human race is going to stop.
I'll be like, I could put it off one
Yeah,
more year.
well, that's how it was with my best friends when we didn't have kids. We would talk about other things, and then now it's all about kids. Every time we get together, it's that conversation, with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So
Once you have a kid, your life ain't yours.
Yes.
No.
Like, it belongs to someone else.
It does.
You're just
You are
borrowing
not-
it every
you're
now
not-
and then.
You're not first anymore.
No.
You are not first. All right, Nadine, hang in there, girl,
Thanks.
okay? Thank you for sharing that.
Thanks, guys.
All right, bye-bye.
Always.
All
Have
right.
a good day. Bye.
You too. That's beautiful. For Winter Haven, hey, Jackie.
Hey.
We're trying to find out the truth about motherhood.
Okay. So I believe motherhood it makes you into who you are. You don't know it until you get into it. Like, anybody can have an opinion about motherhood, but you don't know until you get into it. And some people don't have to experience it to know that they don't want to do it. And I think that we have to get used to letting people have their opinions. And if it doesn't affect our experience, let them have that opinion. I have 2 kids. I have postpartum depression with both. They have been, of course, a light of my life.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't ask to be here. I chose to bring them here.
Mhm.
So I have to understand that the experience that I have may be different than someone else. And everyone's allowed to have their opinion on motherhood, whether they experience it or not. Me, I'm good. I'm happy. I have a partner that is a very active partner, yet it's still very hard.
Yeah.
So I don't vent to my friends that don't have kids because I ask them, like, if they ask me about it, I'm like, do you want to have kids one day? Okay. Do you want to know the real? Okay. If not, then please don't ask.
Don't
me.
ask.
I'm going to tell you the real.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you the real, but I do believe that it does polish you. I agree with what you guys say. It polishes you into a different person. It's a mirror that's held up to you, and you either choose to do the work or you don't. It affects you. It affects your kids. So
Yeah.
everybody should have their own opinion. It's okay.
You know, it's funny. In my life, listeners can tell the difference from before Alex came into my life or not. Because they're like, man, you're mature now. I had to be. I think I wanted to be. I ain't want to grow up.
Like,
Please. I wanted to be
I
that.
don't want to traumatize my kids. The world will do that to them. Will do that for itself. I don't want to be. Got to work on myself.
I wanted to be that 55-year-old guy up in the club buying bottle service with the young cuties.
Hey, my son's going to be 25. I might be. See, that's the good thing. Eventually, they go become adults.
Yes.
And then you can roll back into your old ways.
There you go.
What's up?
Exactly.
Go back in there. Jackie, thank you for sharing that.
Of course, no problem.
All right,
Have a great day.
We appreciate you. Let's see. Let me drop that one. We'll go one more. Suzanne from Orlando.
Good morning.
Good morning. You sound so up and awake.
I just put into work, so I need to start waking up. Yeah.
Okay. That's a good time to do it. All right. What do you want to say?
Yes.
Truth about motherhood. What do you want to say?
That it's the most amazing thing. And there is a high increase in mental load and I feel like there's a lack of support. So I feel like that's what makes it hard because you're not, like you guys were saying, like you're not only thinking about yourself and everything. Okay, does my baby need diapers? How are they doing in school? What's going on? And so, your mental space is going so much to them. And then I think sometimes just like with the day to day, I would like to think that it's not intentional with the lack of support. But some people like they have to move for work. So they have to like kind of build their village from scratch. So it's hard. And so it's like, I agree with what all the other moms were saying. I just wanted to add that part.
It is hard, but it's a lot easier if you got a support group. Or some family or some friends that you can say, hey, listen, I got to work tonight. Do you mind watching the kids? Absolutely. They're friends with my kids. Bring them over.
And the ones that complain about husbands that don't do anything, I'm sorry, but you chose the wrong man. Because I have been an equal partner to my wife in parenthood. At times, probably, more of a parent because she needed me to be. If you don't have a husband or, a baby daddy that did that, you chose the wrong dude.
That's a good point.
Suzanne, thank you. Ray, what are they saying over there?
Somebody said the idea of being a mom was always a dream, yet it comes with the most extreme challenges. So they're saying that like it was just this dream come true, but then it filled her with like all of these unexpected things.
Brian, over there.
XLMO powered by attorney Dan Newland. In a wreck, need a check. It's a no-brainer. Call attorney Dan Newland. Someone said, like we said, your life is no longer lived for you, but for your child. Every decision is made with them in mind, but at the same time, it's the best thing in the world.
I'm gonna give kids who I saw this, I thought it was funny. Now, if you tell your parents this, you might get popped in the mouth. But if your parents sit there and say, listen, I do everything for you. I clothe you. You got a roof over your head. You eat every night. You got clothes on your back. I do that. And all I'm asking you to do this. And you tell your parents, I ain't asking to be here. You brought me here.
That's it.
That's your job.
Right.
Once you gave birth to me, it's your job to give me food, to put me shelter, and put clothes on my back.
Right.
So don't get mad at me because you did it.
You invited me to the party.
And then that's where the phrase came in. I brought you in this world.
No, I'm just saying. Now, if you know your parents.
You can take me out if you want, but you're going to jail.
You're going to jail. Now, you say that to the wrong parents, you might get popped in the mouth.
Yeah, motherhood is not for the weak.
Celebrity news, Ray, what you got going on?
This craziness now with Beyonce and Diddy.
Oh, my goodness.
I've been waiting to talk about it.
It doesn't stop. Coming up on Johnny's House.
up in just 3 minutes. Lady Gaga.
Bruno Mars.
Die with a Smile. XL 1067. Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
Celebrity news is sponsored by Fairwinds Credit Union. So I saw you guys all talking about it this morning.
We were not talking about this.
All of you
No, we were
questioned if I saw it or not, but I did. There is a guy in Florida. His name is Joseph
He said, I'm telling you my
Manzaro.
name. I ain't hiding my
And
name.
that is why I believe it, because he's coming forward with his name. All the other ones haven't,
That's
Johnny.
true. I got you.
That's why one of them got dropped, because they're like, you know what? I'd rather drop it than have my name out there.
And so this dude was like, no, put it out there. Joseph Manzaro. Allegedly, he claims that Diddy sexually assaulted and humiliated him at one of his infamous freak-offs back in 2015. He also says that Jay-Z, Beyonce, LeBron James, Gloria Estefan all saw him throughout the night.
So he's trying to say all of them, even Gloria Estefan was at the freak off.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
The alleged incident took place during a birthday party for Diddy's son, Christian Combs. And what happened was, I guess, Diddy strapped a... How do I clean this up? A ding-a-ling on his face.
Fake wiener.
Yes, and he was parading him around. And I guess people that saw him were like, what are you doing with this guy, Diddy? He's got a fake thing on his forehead.
Yeah.
And I guess Diddy kept saying, this is what we do to snitches. I'm going to let him know how snitches get treated. Like, that's what he just kept saying. This guy, Joseph Manzaro, claimed that he had been drugged, transported to Star Island in Miami for the party. He was first dragged to the back entrance of Emilio and Gloria Estefan's mansion, where the singer, Diddy, saw him drugged and induced in this like crazy, like super like
he's
state.
walking around, he's drunk, he looks like something's wrong with him, and he got a dang-a-lang stuck
And
to his
so
head.
he was like satisfied that this had happened. I guess Gloria Estefan was like, you need to call an ambulance right now.
Yeah.
And Emilio allegedly silenced her, and they returned to the party.
Silence you!
And I guess what had happened was she was like, y'all better do something about this. And he was just roaming the halls with this fake ding-a-ling on his forehead, and then he was in a towel.
Now, is this Gloria's house, or was it P. Diddy's house?
I don't know, because
this
this
is Gloria's
says
house. Like, hey, player,
this
you
is
gotta
saying
go.
it was at Star Island, and this was in the back of Amelia and Gloria Estefan's house.
I'm like,
yeah.
hey, excuse me, get him out of here.
So another Diddy accuser, who is out there by name, Adria English, says that there was a secret tunnel in Diddy's home, and that is where they had noticed Beyonce and Jay-Z were hanging out. I guess Beyonce questioned, what is this? What is this all about? And Diddy just kept saying, we want to show him what snitches get, how they get treated. Then he forcibly was parading him around again, the whole party. And he was left to wear a small thong and a black leather mask with a rubber attachment.
Wow.
And I can't go into all these details.
Now-
So anything, but what they're saying is that
It didn't happen. If it did, I mean, the man's in jail right now. But I don't know if you can have tunnels in Florida because of
You can. There's a beltway of tunnels underneath the Magic
Disney.
Kingdom.
Oh, they really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to build it up. You have to build the property up. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So anyways, there's also the celebrity jeweler, Jacob Arabo.
Oh, Jacob the jeweler. Yeah.
Yes, he was there. And
Jacob was there?
visibly disturbed by seeing this Joseph Manzaro around. So anyways, Jay-Z was in New York City at that date that was alleged at the party. So he kind of like, whatever. He had a speaking engagement for Tidal, but Beyonce, LeBron James, Gloria Estefan, or Jacob are not getting sued. He is only suing Diddy, Emilio Estefan, Adria English, and Diddy's alleged drug mule Brendan Paul, who we saw get arrested.
Listen, I love y'all like fam. But if I went to a party at y'all house and there's a dude walking around with a thing on his head, I'm leaving.
No, for real.
I'm done.
Well, that's why I'm not suing you, because you say, what's this dude doing in front of me?
Yeah. I was like, hey.
So he's not suing anybody
Right.
that tried to stop it
Okay.
or that were disturbed.
Yeah.
He's suing all the people that were like, whatever.
He's like, Johnny, did you see it? See what?
Yeah. So that's why I feel like I believe this, because like
See what?
I mean, he is actually saying that famous people commented on it.
Yeah.
So now there's no way you can't recollect that. There's no way I can't go to court and say, okay, LeBron James, did you see this? Because you have to remember seeing it.
Oh, yeah. You don't forget something like that.
Right.
You don't forget
I don't
that.
care how many parties you've been to. You remember the one where a guy with a fake wiener comes across. You know that.
That is true.
I don't know. Somebody was questioning how does he remember this if he was drugged, but like you could still be drugged and have like coherent and remember things.
You're like, oh my God, I'm going in and out. LeBron James.
There's various levels of being out of
being
it.
drugged. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Are you LeBron James? Oh, well. So when does it go to court? What's that court date again? Because that's when it starts.
The end of May.
That's when it's all going to start. All right. We'll come back. Weird stories of the true. What it was, Mr. Brian Grimes is on the way next on Johnny's House.
The United States government has been searching for Noah's Ark since 1957.
I've heard about this. Yeah.
What?
I've heard they found something too.
They're interested in a location 18 miles south of the mouth of Iran in Turkey.
Yep.
Between 1974 and 1982, they used satellite technology into the search. They brought spy planes in. At this point, the ark has not been discovered.
No.
Or has it? And they're just telling you that it hasn't been discovered.
What do you think? I saw this research that's similar to that. They said that they've checked the genes of everyone, and it comes from two people.
Yes.
Have you seen that?
Yes. We all go back to the same two people.
The same two people. Could his All right. All right. Listen, they say that money can't buy happiness. Well, research came out and said that too was a lie.
Right.
It is a lie.
I've been saying that for years.
They said money can buy happiness. So we want to find out some things that money can buy that brings you happiness. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. We'll get to that next on Johnny's House.